Comic-Con 2018. We're at the Sales Pavilion with Cas Anvar. He plays Alex Kamal,
That's right.
the lovable Martian nice guy fighter pilot on the Expanse.
That's my new moniker, right? The nice guy fighter pilot.
Yep.
Okay.
First off, Cas, my deepest congratulations on getting picked up for
Thank you, brother.
Amazon. That's
Very,
awesome.
very
That's
kind.
awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. So, did you draw any inspirations for the character of Alex Kamal?
I honestly, Alex and I, we share a lot.
Okay.
We're very similar. I mean, I don't fly spaceships, but I want to. But he comes from a very diverse background. He kind of didn't really know what he wanted to do. He really kind of had conflicting things going on and trying to figure out who he was and what he wasn't. And I went through that whole thing. And he's a Martian, Pakistani fighter pilot with a Texas accent. I'm a Persian, Lebanese, Indian, Canadian, who everyone wanted to be an engineer and a scientist and ended up being an actor, and kind of like had to fight for my identity that way through the early part of my life. So there was a lot going on in there that I really identified with Alex. And we both are pretty laid back. We're both a little bit introverted. I like to crack wise, and I like to kind of watch and observe, and I'm a big fan of keeping the group together.
Okay.
Whenever I'm part of a group that I love, like the Expanse group,
Right.
when we lost the show,
Yeah.
I couldn't accept it. I
Right.
could not allow the team to disband without putting all of my heart and soul into trying. I wasn't guaranteed it was going to be successful, but I had to try my best to do everything I could to save the show, because I didn't want to lose this team. I didn't want to lose the family that I had created over the last 3 years.
Right.
And Alex is very much the same. He'll do whatever he can to keep the Rossi crew together. So, I mean, I draw a lot on my own stuff when I'm working. I mean, even Alex's history with his family and back on Mars. There's a lot of my backstory that I identify with that whole thing.
Yeah, to me, when I watched The Expanse, I always felt like your character, you know, the subtext is he's always the leader. I mean, he's the heart of the crew.
Yeah,
that's how I see it. That's how I see it.
He doesn't really see himself as a leader. He doesn't really like to have
Yeah.
those responsibilities. He's very happy to have Holden,
Yeah.
and then in his absence, Naomi kind
Yeah.
of like take the leadership
Yeah.
role. But he is the heart in
Yeah.
the sense that he will always make the decisions and fight for the decisions to keep them safe and keep them together.
Right.
When one of the others is going on a political agenda, or one of them is going on their own kind of emotional agenda, and
Right.
it's going to threaten the crew, he will fight, and he will butt heads with Holden when he's about to do something that jeopardizes the Rossi crew.
Yep.
And that's the beautiful thing about the Rossi is we're not a military organization.
Yeah.
No one gets to dictate
Yep.
what we do. It's a democratic situation.
Right.
We all get to vote,
Right.
and we only do things that we all agree on by majority.
Yep.
That's very unusual.
Yeah.
I mean, Holden is our captain,
Yep.
but he doesn't get to tell us what to do unless we all agree.
Right. Right.
So that's an interesting dynamic to have for a team with a spaceship like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's a gunship.
Yep.
We're hired to do all these crazy missions, but we all vote as a team. That's a really cool thing to have. So Alex, he will fight for what he believes in, but he's very happy to sit back and let other people make the big decisions until it threatens his priorities.
Yeah, and that's what I love about the show is that coming from, you know, I have a day job as working in corporate America, right? It's like the Rossi is sort of like this wild, wild west. That's what it is, right? And you guys are your own bosses.
We
and
are,
you guys running, and the only thing is like it's this family unit. There's no chain of command.
No.
It's like you guys make all that. You guys fail together, win together.
Exactly. We all have responsibilities. We all have a job that we do better than everybody else. But we can't survive without each other. We can't function without each other. That ship is meant to have about 20 or 30 crew.
Yep.
We're 4.
Yep.
So it is as skeleton as it gets.
Yeah.
You lose one of us, and we can't run that ship anymore.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome. That's definitely true. What are the challenges of working on such a special effects driven show?
I mean, this show has a lot going on. We have an amazing VFX department that makes this show look beautiful, but we're constantly, the science of the show is hugely important to the story.
Right.
The fact that it takes a long time to travel, the fact that your bodies are undergoing massive amounts of damage and abuse by going under high G forces, by living in a vacuum, where space is trying to kill you all the time.
Yep.
By being in zero gravity, one scene we're in gravity, one scene we're not in gravity.
Yep.
Going from in a scene from gravity to no gravity within a scene. Like all that stuff is special effects and acting, and it's happening in every single episode. So we have to train We have to study. We have to do wire work. We have to act with green screens.
Yep.
There's constantly stuff that we have to do that you don't have to do on a normal kitchen sink kind of everyday show.
Yep.
That adds to the whole experience of the show,
Yep.
but it's a huge challenge and a huge demand on the production team and on the actors.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love about The Expanse, is that it's so real, and then the way you guys portray the stresses of the body that it undergoes when you guys go towards, like, I think, light speed or beyond light speed?
No, we don't go beyond. We are a fraction of light speed.
Fraction of light speed, to travel to those different areas, and you guys like have that chemical injected in you, and you're sitting there stressing out.
We don't have heart attacks and strokes. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
painful. It's a painful experience. But that's just very realistic. That's how it is.
Okay, cool. Going off of that, what's the shooting schedule like for The Expanse?
You know what I would say to that is you guys should watch this thing I just put up on YouTube called Double Up Day.
Okay.
I put a day in the life of us shooting on one of the biggest days of shooting every week. It's called the Double Up Day, where we're doing 2 or 3 episodes in one day.
Okay.
And we start shooting at 7 a.m. and we go till 4 a.m. and we're doing one episode and another episode and another. So the trailers are all packed. All the actors are in at the same day. We're doing multiple different sound stages at the same time. 2 different directors, 2 different teams. It's crazy. It is madness. So that will give you an idea of what it's like. But it's called the Double Up Day of the Expanse. It's on YouTube on my channel.
Okay.
But it's pretty busy. It's pretty intense, and it's pretty fun.
Okay, awesome.
Thank God we love each other.
Okay. Yeah, so I would imagine that when you guys are tired in one of the stories, you guys are actually tired in real life.
We are.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. That's great. And final question, what's in store for the fans in terms of your character for season 4? Is there any shocking moments? We've come to love him and know him, that he's sort of the baseline of the crew. He calms everybody down, right? So
I mean, I like to think of Alex as kind of the inn. He's the access point for the audience into the show, because everyone else on the Rossi crew, all the other members of the team, they all have like these massive superhero type origins. Like like Amos comes from an unbelievable story of trauma, and Naomi has this crazy mysterious backstory with her OPA connections, and Holden has all this like stuff being dishonorably discharged from the Navy. Like they all have these wild and crazy back. Alex is a family man.
Yep.
Alex did 20 years in the Navy, honorably discharged. Alex was just a kind of a bus driver in the Navy. It's only after he joined up with these gang that his life became this adventure, and he started to discover who he is. So he really is the everyman. Alex is like the audience, and he experiences everything in very much the same way that you guys, the viewers, experience. When the proto-molecule shows up, he's like, what the hell is this shit? Like, he doesn't, and it terrifies him. You know, some people are fascinated with it. Some people are horrified by it. Some people are like, absolutely righteous indignation. Alex is just like, keep that stuff away from me, and I don't want anything to do with that. Like, just let me get on with my life. You know, so I think he's like the in for the audience. They get to see stuff through his eyes because he sees stuff the way they do. He doesn't have all this other stuff clouding it, you know?
Okay, awesome. And before we go, anything you want to say to the fans out there?
I want to just say thank you very much for saving my show and keeping me employed and getting us the opportunity to finish this story the way it was meant to be, because it is because of you, 100%. 100% because of you guys that we are here today getting ready to shoot season 4, hopefully, fingers crossed, season 5 and beyond. And we couldn't have done it without you. You know, I gave you guys a little bit of a direction. I tried to focus your energy, and you blew the doors off the walls and brought us a show, woke Amazon up to us, and brought us in for season 4. Thank you.
Awesome. So this has been Cas Anvar, Alex Kamal of the award-winning The Expanse. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.